Right, introduction commentary, episode number 44. So what do we have here? We've got discussion and opinion essay. So what's the topic? Okay, some people believe that women should be treated as equal to men when applying for a job with police or the military. Others think women are less suitable for this kind of job. Discuss both views and give your opinion. Okay, so what we'll do first, then we'll take a look at the paraphrase. And then we'll see. We'll take a look at yours. So as I said before, if it says some people believe, you can change that to according to some. Women should be treated as equal to men, which is essentially gender equality. When applying for the job, regarding job applications, others think, some argue. Women are suitable, suitability of women. This kind of job, such job types. Okay. So the thesis, my main ideas, yes, there should be gender equality. That's one view. Opposite view against the suitability, and my view, certain jobs should be for men only. So what I would be talking about in this essay here. So as you can see, this is my introduction. According to some, should be gender equality regarding job applications, blah blah blah. However, some argue against the suitability of women for such job types. Okay. In my view, due to physical differences, certain jobs should be for men only. So, what I would do here, I'd talk about the suitability, that they ought to be equal in paragraph 2, they shouldn't be equal in paragraph number 3, and express my own view in the meantime. So what I would probably be talking about is that due to, men in general are usually bigger and stronger. It's a biological fact. So certain jobs or some kind of police or army jobs we have to actually fight or deal with people, they should be for men only. So I'll be talking about that kind of thing, more or less. Okay? So, let's have a look at your introductions now. Some individuals believe that when females requested a job, why is that past tense, such as an army, they should be behaved as level as males? Oh dear, this doesn't really work particularly well. Okay, so we need to change this about a bit. So you don't request, so I suppose this is a paraphrase of apply. Application, yeah, when applying for a job. So request is not the same as apply, so I would change that verb. So you can change the word, you can change the form of a word. So apply, applied, application, etc. So some individuals believe that when females apply for a job, such as an army, well, an army, that isn't a job, so it would be as in the army, and it's the police and the army, so make sure you include all the information there. When females apply for a job, such as in the army or the police, they should be behaved is not the same as treated. Not the same verb at all. So you've got to be careful about your paraphrasing and synonyms. Okay. So unless you're 100% sure that your synonym is interchangeable, don't use it. Because requested is not the same for applied. Behaved, that's what you do. Treated is how other people behave towards you, so it's not the same thing. We should be treated as level. Well, you mean as the same as, which is not the same thing. So you've got to be careful how you paraphrase so as not to change the meaning of the text. Same as males. Other people are against what? Against what? Against this. I think women are not suitable for the kind of job. In my opinion, gender is not a limitation. So, not bad. You just got to watch your verbs. Make sure that your synonyms are appropriate. And this last part, maybe you could have expanded it a bit and said a little bit more. Gender is not a limitation because blah, 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 blah. You know, so when you're putting an outline, a sentence, it's got to expand it a bit. Now, the vast majority of women object. No, they don't. Doesn't say that. Doesn't say that at all. It's some people believe. Doesn't say anything about who those people are. Doesn't say. So the vast majority of women object. No, doesn't say that at all. When the government does not authorise them, well, where does it say that? It doesn't say that. It just says, some people believe that women should be treated as equal to men when applying for a job. So it's not quite the same thing at all. Does not authorise them. It's not authorise. It's allow them. Is it the government that doesn't allow them? Doesn't really say that. You know. So what you would do here, what you've put here would be more suited in a body paragraph than an introduction. All you need in your introduction is to restate the topic and, you know, give some idea where the essay is going, and that's it. So, and shows a strong back. Where does it say anything about that in the topic? I don't see anything about that. It just says, some people think we should be equal, others say no. Women are not suitable or less suitable for that kind of job. That's what it says. Doesn't say anything about that. Doesn't say anything about that. Actually, women find intersex discrimination no agency in their life. Again, doesn't say, this should be in your body paragraph, not in your introduction. Doesn't say that in the topic. Have a right to choose their job, and in the end, have to be suitable. Okay, but again, that's not strictly what the topic is talking about. It's not strictly it. It doesn't say anything about should they be able to choose or not. It's saying they should be treated. So, treated by someone else. It's not about them. They don't have the agency. The agency lies in those who would allow them or treat them the same. So it's not the same thing at all. So this is really written from the wrong end of the spectrum. It's about how women should be treated by other people, not what women should do for themselves or how women should behave themselves. It's not about that at all. There are opposing views. It goes, well, no, doesn't say anything about that. Doesn't say anything about the most appropriate way of getting a military job, and it's the police as well. Doesn't say that. Well, some may argue it would be better for males at these jobs. Gender benefits much more work together. Well, okay, but it doesn't say that either. Doesn't say so. This doesn't say anything. This is not what the question is asking. It's just not. Let's go back. What does it say? It says equal treatment. Women, equal treatment. Others think they're not suitable or less suitable for this kind of job. Not about the most appropriate way of getting a job. Be better for males, or actually it says that males would be better at those jobs, not for. Both gender benefits much more if they work together. I believed. Why is that past tense? What does that have to do with the topic? Nothing. That's what it has to do. It doesn't ask that. It doesn't say that at all. Task, response. Give the examiner exactly what they ask for and nothing more. Okay, according to some, women and men should be treated equally. Okay, now that's more like it, right? Others, however, believe that this kind of job is less appropriate. Excellent. Now, very good. Look at the difference between this. According to some, women and men should be treated equally when it comes to getting a job as a police officer or in the military. Others, however, believe that this kind of job is less appropriate for females. My view is that women should do these jobs as the men, since equality should be established between both sexes. That's pretty good. Excellent, you see? That's all that you need. Don't add anything. Don't omit anything. So, take note of this one as a good example. So, let's see. Some individuals claim that to equality of treatment, what? That there should be equality of treatment, females and men. Why is it females and men? It's either men or women or females and males. In army or police recruitment, while others, but it's not recruitment. It's not recruitment. Now, recruitment means when the army or the police specifically go looking for recruits. Like in America, the army goes to high schools. They go to schools and colleges and actively try to encourage people to come and join them, which is not the same as women applying on their own for that kind of job. They're not being recruited, they're applying. So it's not the same thing. It's the opposite, in fact. So we need to be careful there. What are we? Okay, others, including me or myself included, women do not have the right qualities as men for doing this kind of jobs. You mean these kind of jobs? Okay. So again, not quite what the question was. What is this? The end of battle, don't need that. Irrelevant, don't need that. Irrelevant, doesn't say that. For instance, we don't put an example in the introduction. A fraction of people, it's not a fraction, it doesn't say, it just says some people. That's just because there's equity in that position. So most of this, first part of this, we don't need at all. Irrelevant, it's not an example. All that you do, I will refer you to number 4. According to some, women and men should be treated equally, others believe my view, etc. Okay, that's what you need to do for an introduction. This, we don't, these first 2 sentences we do not need, and you don't put examples in your introduction. Many individuals, it doesn't say, it says some people, not many. All you got to do to paraphrase that is say according to some. That's it. Some people, according to some. And they don't assert. They say, which is not quite the same. Assertion is not the same as simply saying. Women and men, we are requesting. Well, they're not requesting. They are applying. It's not the same thing. Making a request for something is not an application. So be careful when you're paraphrasing. Again, should be received in the same manner. Okay, so that's not too bad for a paraphrase, but you could have made it a little better. Well, there are those who hold the view that don't need that comma. Women are not quite fit, which is not the same as suitable. Not the same. It could be close to it, but it's not the same. This type of career. I think there should not be a differentiation between 2 genders or between the 2 genders. Same behavior from whom? What? They should receive the same you mean the same treatment, maybe? Treatment in terms of job opportunity in these positions. Okay, so that's not too bad. Some of the paraphrasing, if you can't think of synonym, change the word form. Apply, applied, applying, application, etc. Okay. What do we have here? There has been a widely held belief. No, there hasn't. No, there hasn't. Don't say that there has. There hasn't. Both genders should be behaved. Again, dodgy synonyms. Treated, not the same. Behave is what you do. treated is how someone behaves towards you, not the same thing. In the party of particular jobs out in police, number of people, some people who subscribe to view if it's not appropriate occupation. Okay, so we don't need that. Just some people think, or according to some. So all you have to do here, according to some, both genders, blah blah blah. In my opinion, not only could women be suitable enough, also they could play. What am I doing? They could play because role is countable, and role is LE, not roll as in rolling or turning in this kind of career. Okay, so now you need to be very careful, right, with these generalizations. Somebody else did one, was it? Said it was a hot topic. Well, it's not. I don't know if they do it here. If somebody else... Oh yeah, the vast majority of women object. No, they don't. It's a hot topic. No, it isn't. IELTS do not choose controversial topics on purpose. Wildly held belief. No, there's not. It doesn't say that. So don't include anything that's not in the topic, okay? And don't include these. It is a controversial subject. It is a hot button. It isn't. Not in IELTS terms. So avoid these generalizations and stereotypes. You don't need a so-called hook to get the reader's attention. They are going to read your essay regardless. You don't need it. Simply restate, explain, give your position, etc. Again, I refer you to number 4. Very good example. Take a look at it again. I recommend it. So, what do we have here? On gender discrimination to apply job for police and military. What does that mean? Some people are in belief that these sort of jobs are for women should do them, but some in believe that women should enter to these jobs too, and they certainly too able for do them. I think you need to do a bit of work on your general English here. Can I be bothered with typing the whole thing out again? Gender discrimination by job. No, I can't. I'm not of the mind or inclination to correct all of this. So, on gender discrimination to apply jobs, some people are in, but some people believe, so you don't need, right. So, I've no idea what I'm supposed to change that first part to. So, some people believe that these sorts of jobs, actually, women shouldn't do them, but why do you put this? We don't need a preposition, but some believe that women should enter. Well, it's not enter, it's apply for those jobs that they do, and they certainly too able for certainly, I think this is what you mean, certainly able to do them. In my view, we should give select right to women and respect to their choice. Choose is the verb. Select right, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, and respect to their choice. Yeah, I'm not really sure. You need to be a bit more careful about how you write this one. Oh, this is a bit short. People, or some people, have different views about whether women are capable of joining the military or police as men. Well, they're not joining as men, they're joining as women, as do men, maybe. In my opinion, women can play a significant role in these 2 areas, despite with different abilities, stamina and strength. Okay. So that's not too bad. That's not bad. You just need to make sure that the sentence is clear, because how that read, joining the police as men, but as do men. Okay, or as men do, in fact. So that's not bad. A little bit short, but okay, not too bad. General English needs a bit of work for this one here. Avoid these kind of things because it's not true. Watch your paraphrasing. Don't leave those two. Watch your paraphrasing. Make sure complete sentences for this one. Number 4, excellent. Most appropriate of getting a motive job. Not getting, it's applying for, not the same thing at all. Watch your paraphrasing. This doesn't belong in the introduction, this belongs in the body paragraph because that's not what it says in the topic. And paraphrasing, watch it, not the same thing. Request, apply, behave, treated, not the same thing. Behave is what you do, treated is how someone behaves towards you, so keep that in mind. Okay, and there's my introduction. So, hope that helps. That will do for now. It's a little bit longer than I usually do, but there you go. See you next time for episode number 45. See you later.